Hello. Happy New Year. Happy January. It's 3 weeks into the year. And so far, my journey is not going as planned. I mean, it's January 24th. At the first of the year, I had all these, plans for health and fitness and all that good stuff. And I was doing a lot of cardio, using VR headset, the fitness games, the boxing games, the cardio games. And yes, I've lost 5 pounds in 3 weeks, which is not bad, right? However, um, my energy is still low. Um, I'm starting to get squishy. Like my clothes are fitting better, but I feel like I'm getting soft. So I consulted AI, right? Because what else is an introvert to do, right? I consulted AI. I told them everything about work, my life, my lifestyle, and he broke it down. He said, first of all, because I'm vegetarian, I'm probably not getting enough protein to fuel these insane workouts that I'm doing, even though right now it's only cardio. Secondly, I could burn more fat if I did strength training because although strength training only burns calories at about, you know, uh, one, two, maybe 300 calories, it continues to burn even after. And then, of course, what everyone will tell you, every magazine, every website, every trainer, muscle burns fat. So I'm going to pivot. But I also want to share like how I believe I got in this situation of struggling to lose weight. And I'm not gonna lie, I picked up the phone this morning to make an appointment to see a doctor about, those medications. I was like, no, I'm gonna do it the old school way, right? So here it is. Like with the help of I have to up my protein intake. I have to start strength training. I have to cut down on the delicious carbs that vegetarians and vegans like to eat, the potatoes, the beans, those have high carbs and they translate to sugar when you're not that active. Have to cut back down on that and get back to my salads and my, you know, high protein meat substitutes like the tofu and seitan and things like that. Um, I'm gonna miss my potatoes. I'm gonna miss my black beans, but I gotta let them go for now. It's gonna be a slow progression, but it would be a lasting progression because I don't want to go through all this, change and making all these adjustments and they don't last. I want them to be lasting and I actually want them to be a lifestyle. However, my roadblock has been working a lot. So I used to live in California. I was very active. I had a job that wasn't stressful. When I left work, I left work. I was able to schedule classes, yoga classes, and I was able to go to the gym, but not so much now. I live in Colorado. I make a decent living. I live in a decent place. I drive a decent car, but my life is not decent. My eating is not good. I skip lunch a lot when I'm at work because I have to work through lunch. I'm too tired when I get home to make dinner because I'm working. And sometimes when I come home, I log back in and I work. So I'm not eating right. I'm not exercising. I'm not taking advantage of my days off. I work on the weekends, y'all. Even though I'm not scheduled to work on the weekends, the only way for me to get things done is to work on the weekends. And I was like, the reason I never struggled before, and I know I'm getting older, and getting older will, cause you to slow down in certain areas. But when I lived in California, I had a job that wasn't stressful. When I left work was behind me until the next time I showed up to work. I cooked when I got home. Everything was different. Everything was different. And so I'm thinking now, sometimes making making more money is not exactly the answer, especially when it's having an effect on your lifestyle and your health. And I could say my health is bad. I'm embarrassed to show you guys my nails. They're all choppy. They're cracked up. My skin is not as beautiful and flawless as it used to be. There's just a whole lot of things. And I was explaining that to AI. And AI was like, you need more sleep. You need, to eat right. You need to do, and I'm like, I would do that if I had time. So what does this all mean? Does this mean that I have to quit my job just to get back to being a healthy me? How am I going to squeeze in all of the things I need to be a healthy me when I work in a place that has a high demand on a lot of my time and sleep and even lunch breaks? Like, how do I do that? Do I quit? I don't think talking to my boss, because I've already done that, I'm like, I need help. That didn't work, you know. So I don't know. I'll let you all know how that works out. But I am going to try to clean up my diet. And since I don't have time to cook every day, I'm going to try and take the little bit of time that I have to myself on the weekends, cook out my meals for the week, store them in the freezer, and just, even if I don't have time to take lunch, or when I come home from work, even if I don't have time to cook, a meal, I'm going to try and mix it up so that I have these things. AI was so helpful in trying to get me to realize, just because you're a vegetarian doesn't mean you're healthy. Fat ass. But here I am pivoting, hitting the restart button. And now I'm not knocking the high intensity workouts, because like I said, in 3 weeks I lost 5 pounds. I wanted to be down 10 pounds by the end of January. It's not going to happen, but at least there's some progress, and at least it gave me a stopping point to where I realized I need to do something differently, because I lost weight, right? And now I have bat wings. What? So I need to increase my protein. I need to do weight training. The cardio is not good enough. Just dropping, or decreasing on the scale is not enough. Smaller doesn't necessarily means healthier. And I'm realizing that. And I'm older, so there's a whole lot of things that I can't do or are not possible when I was in my 30s to just hit the reset button. I have to work harder and smarter in my big old 50s. So stay tuned to see what I do. Maybe I'll take you guys shopping with me, because AI did give me a shopping list, high protein items, things that'll slow digest so I feel fuller. It gave me sample menu plans, so I'm going to try and work with that. Cook a gigantic pot of quinoa, have, some seeds instead of other type snacks, low sugar fruit, blueberries, raspberries instead of, I love oranges, I love apples, But, I really have a goal, sorry. So I'm going to try and reach this goal. In spite of my stressful job that's causing cortisol levels to go out of whack, I have to do something to control it. If I can't quit my job because I need to pay my bills, I'm single, I don't have that option. If I was married, I could probably go to my husband and be like, hey, this is too much for me. Can I quit and do something else, find something else, and then let my husband pick up the slack? But I don't have one of those. I'm on my own. So stressed or not, I have to get up and go to work and earn this rent money, this car note money, this insurance money, you know, all of that. Uh, if any of you guys are going through the same thing or have overcome a situation like mine, leave it in the comments. Like I am open to all suggestions, okay? Be kind. I will block you. And stay tuned for my shopping video.